So this man got scammed out of $100,000 for some fake solar panels that he never received. A solar panel company was supposed to come and set him up, and they just never did. They skipped town. They skipped out on him.
Told Dutton he would need 47 solar panels on the roof of this structure, and lines run under the driveway to connect the panels to Dutton's main
I'm guessing that's not 47, huh?
house. The plan was for the panels to provide energy to both the main house and the shop. Dutton says Tran Solar told him it would send an electrician after the installation.
This man has a cool setup. Classic cool boomer setup, man. He's got the lake. He's got his shop. He's got the house. I'm assuming, yeah, both of these are his. He's got one driveway. He has a cool setup.
Put the panels on to wire the project.
They installed the panels within 3 days. I was like, wow, this is cool. They weren't kidding, 4 to 8 weeks. Then it was radio silence.
Dutton says he called repeatedly and wondered where the electrician was. 3 months later, in December,
I had an electrician show up finally. But the problem is they didn't have an approved plan. So
3 to 6 months later, the electrician shows up. It's even odd the scam.
they just wired it.
according to Dutton, the utility company providing electricity to his home never approved Tran Solar's plan for the solar panels. It's standard practice for that to be done in Mississippi before any work begins. This email lays it out. David Blackledge, a manager with Cooperative Energy, wrote in February, I conducted an on-site visit to the Dutton residence. To be clear, these two jobs should not have been installed by Tran Solar because they didn't make it past the initial utility review stage. The installation method used has created...
Can I just say that that's a lot of bullshit, right? All this unnecessary regulation over, this, and that. The absolute thing should be whether or not a person has their license and the ability to succeed at doing something. Now, I'm okay with checks, right? Created multiple potential safety hazards, so that's understandable, right? But there is a overarching and just way too much regulation on a lot of things pertaining to construction that results in houses being way more expensive and things taking way longer than they should to get done. This is okay. This is understandable. Obviously, you need to check something as important as electricity, right? That's incredibly important. But a lot of the small nitpicky things that they want you to get permits for, this or that for, or pay extra for the city to come out and do.
Multiple potential safety hazards.
One of the safety hazard is because all of the panels are on my shop and 20 some odd feed the house, they did not put a cutoff switch on the shop for those panels. So his concern was if I had a fire in the shop and the fireman went up there to cut a hole in the roof and they cut into the panel, it was hot. And there was absolutely no way to turn them off other than go to the other side of my property and hit the house switch.
Dutton says he also discovered...
Isn't it funny how news channels haven't updated the way that they interview at all, really? Like, it's the same two angles of people standing apart from each other. It's a little awkward, but just because it's the industry standard, they continue to do it. And sometimes they're standing next to each other, but there are just so many news mannerisms that they need to get rid of in order to just exist in the digital age with other content that exists. They should allow people to show a bit more of their personality, too, instead of having a news voice.
Issues with the wiring done by the electrician hired by Tran Solar.
So here's an example. They didn't even cut it long enough, so I've got explode wire here.
Blackledge's email details that a Tran Solar representative messaged him, asking for permission to install the panels. Problem is, they were already installed. Blackledge then said he couldn't get a hold of anyone at the company when he tried to follow up. Because according to Blackledge's email, the installation was done incorrectly and posed safety hazards, the panels can't be turned on. In other words, they don't work.
It's like they vanished.
They're gone.
Oh, and they look pretty ugly, too. Working solar panels, it's excusable to make your house ugly in that way, especially if you had even more up there. Ones that don't work, just an eyesore on the building.
Phone numbers. They won't return my phone call.
According to its website, this is where Tran Solar is located in Covington. When we showed up here...
What are they blurring out here? They got a dead body behind there? They're trying to hide from us. Oh, these news channels.
Trying to track down somebody with the company, we couldn't find any Tran Solar signage on the door. But other people who work in this office complex told us Tran Solar actually closed months ago.
Turns out Dutton isn't the only one trying to track down Tran Solar.
We've reached out many times. Through our processes, we've been unsuccessful to get them to respond.
The Better Business Bureau says it's received complaints about Tran Solar.
All the complaints have been the lack of customer service, communication that's been happening.
Tran Solar's website was recently taken offline.
Hit and
It was
run.
listed as an active company on the Louisiana Secretary of State's website. We tried to find the 3 people listed as
Ryan Rogers, Karen Urbina, Trey Clark. Mergers in finance education from Louisiana State University with years of construction management expertise. A Tulane University graduate has a rich background in solar-focused Full funnel marketing. A graduate of Loyola University leverages years of retail human resources. They're still in Louisiana. That Louisianian team, they're covering the whole state
Founders, Drake
with those
Urbina
schools.
and Rain Rogers, but we couldn't get a hold of them. We called Mosaic, the lending company that's still sending Dutton bills.
Did you think you were duped?
Yep. And I'm stuck paying, a note from the loan I took out.
Despite repeated attempts to get a comment, no one from Mosaic.
Games are becoming more and more popular, more and more common in the United States of America. But instead of focusing on that, why don't we go get the mom of 3 because she was speeding, and why don't we get her for it? Having an outdated inspection sticker, and that man, because he has a piece of glass that's broken in the back of his car, that could be dangerous for you as citizens. So that should be our priority. That should be the priority. Let's go give somebody a parking ticket.
Ever called us back. Mosaic also has Better Business Bureau complaints lodged against it. And there's an alert on the BBB's website letting consumers know that attorneys general in a number of states are suing Mosaic for deceptive trade practices.
A government action or government warning is definitely a red flag to utilize with a business.
Dutton
I
says
mean,
it looks like he's hit a brick wall.
pretty big red flag.
He's been able to get a hold of anyone was in March when Mosaic told him it was referring him to a third company who would work to fix the job Tran Solar started. But today, he says he still hasn't heard a word from that company or heard back from Mosaic.
Do you have faith that Mosaic is going to make
Oh, we know we took your 100, we gave you 100K, and we didn't confirm the business we were giving it to, but well, you can go pay again with this third company. We'll give you extra credit, We'll give you a bigger loan. That way you can go also get in debt with this company, this fake company. They literally gave the people another fake company that didn't respond to any text.
No.
It's been 9 months since he signed up for what was supposed to be a 90-day job.
No.
$100,000.
Must make you angry.
Say the least, yes. I've had my fair share of bad contractors, but
He's got enough money. Not to say that this isn't horrible, but he's got enough money to where he's like cool on it, right? Most people, well, not most people. There's a select few people who would see to it themselves that this gets taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
it's not. You're not talking $10,000. You're talking $100,000. I think it's up to me to fight it.
Jim Dutton hired an attorney as he tries to figure out next steps. On the Louisiana Secretary of State's website, we discovered one of the owners of Tran Solar, Rain Rogers, is listed as an officer of another solar panel company.
Oh,
Power Solar.
that's what they do. That's what they do. The second the scam gets too big with one company, or it's too obvious, they shut down shop and they start again with a new name. Oh, fresh start, fresh slate. Using the profits from no work being done in the last company into the next one.
That company was just registered with the state in February. If you've got a consumer complaint you'd like us to look into, call the Fox 8 Defenders, staffed with volunteers from the National Council of Jewish Women, or fill out our online complaint form.
Man, that just hurts, And again, there's no support. And then when the Trump administration came in, one of the first things they did was threaten, or Doge did, was threaten to defund the SEC and major parts of our government that do the only thing that anybody's doing towards financial crime and things like this. You hate to see it.